Excuse how I'm looking right now, y'all. I really apologize. I should not be out looking like this. Get my ponytail together. All right. What's up, y'all? It's your girl, Stefdotnet, back with another video. As you can see, this is a very impromptu video. What triggered this impromptu video is I have been going through it, and I have been saying that I was going to talk about mental health and anxiety on my channel for a long time now. People want to talk about it, people need to talk about it, and not even just that, there's already a lot of resources and channels on YouTube that talk about anxiety and mental health and all of that, but from the ones that I watch, it's not a lot of black and brown faces, and that's the reason why I wanted to bring it to my channel. So that is what I'm doing, and I chose to do it right now is because I am absolutely 100% going through it. Right now I'm on E. Like, literally, that's where I'm at. I'm on E. I have not been taking care of myself and my mental health and all of that like I should. Even though I know, like, obviously I know a lot about anxiety. I've been going through this for a while. Like, I'm not new to this. Initially I started dealing with anxiety I want to say when I turned about 19. I don't know, it just all of a sudden started coming on really strong. Like, and at that point I didn't know what it was. So all I know is it would be days where I would get up and I would drive all the way to school, and I would get there and be in the parking lot like, I can't do this, and go back home. And I ain't know why. Like, I'm like, why? What's wrong with me? Like, you know what I'm saying? At that point, me and my husband were dating, and it started to affect our relationship because it was like we would make plans for the weekend, and I would be like so excited. We'd both be so excited, and then at the last minute I'd be like, I don't want to go. I don't want to go no more. And I didn't understand why I didn't want to go. So, and he didn't either. You know what I'm saying? He like, I don't know what's wrong with her. We've been talking about doing this all weekend. Why she don't want to go? Or I would just want to leave. I'd be like, oh, I want to go home. I want to go home right now. You know what I'm saying? No real reason. I mean, and it would trigger arguments and all kind of stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know what I was going through, so I would lash out at him. So, and we were young too. Like, you know what I'm saying? So regular relationship problems, not on top of the fact of what I was dealing with myself. It became overwhelming for me to the point that I just moved back home because I couldn't. And that's when, you know what I mean? My mom is like, I know exactly what you're going through. You know what I'm saying? Once I opened up and talked to her about it, she's like, oh girl, I've been dealing with this all my, you know what I'm saying? So, my mom had dealt with it, so she was able to help me. Like, it was kind of just one of those things that I know what it is now, and I just kind of dealt with, you know what I mean? But I didn't stay consistent with therapy or any other type of, it was just kind of one of those things that I just suffered through it. You know what I'm saying? Like, I know how to deal with it, and I suffered through it. It didn't really start getting bad for me, honestly, until our wedding. Like, a week before our wedding, a lot of people don't know this, I did not leave the house for like a week. And you know, a week before your wedding, you got stuff to do, people to see, a lot of stuff to do. I was in therapy at that point, and, you know, just talking to my therapist about, you know, it's just a big change, a big life change. That's something that could trigger anxiety. And for me, I have the I don't want to do this, but the agoraphobia part of it, to where you don't want to leave your house. So that can be kind of difficult. You know what I'm saying? I got stuff to do. And you avoid play. It's not even just, the agoraphobia is not just not wanting to leave your house, although for some people it gets to that point. But for me personally, it's where I avoid places or situations where I feel like I'm going to have anxiety. So I avoidance behavior. So, for example, if I had a panic attack while driving. I was like stuck in traffic, and all of a sudden I was like, I gotta get out this car right now. I can't do this. I want to go home. Like, it was so strong. And you know, you sitting in the middle of the freeway, like, I don't want to cuss. You can't get out the car right now. You have, you know what I'm saying? You have somewhere to go. You're doing something. You are on the freeway. You know what I'm saying? So to have that feeling that strong to want to get out of your car, that is very scary. This was 2 years ago. Me and my husband been married 2 years come January 7th. I still do not drive like that. Y'all, like, I drive when I have to drive. I have to go to work. You know what I mean? If I'm going somewhere and I'm meeting my friends, you know what I mean? I'm a get there. You know what I'm saying? But I still don't drive the way that I used to after having that panic attack. And that is the agoraphobia part of it. Because I had a panic attack driving. Now I have that fear that I'm going to have another one while driving. You know what I'm saying? So I avoid driving. Or I have a panic attack at the mall. So now I avoid going to the mall. You know what I mean? So that's the agoraphobia part of it. And that is terrible because your world gets smaller and smaller and smaller. If you stop going places everywhere you have a panic attack, you stop going, at some point you ain't going nowhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's why it's so hard to deal with, and it's so frustrating because you're like, you start to feel limited. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, even now, I drive, but I pretty much avoid the freeway. Like, I try to drive the streets. If I got to get on the freeway, I'll be double thinking and like, I don't know, girl. I don't know. Like, you know what I'm saying? So, and I drive the same way home every day. Now, something happened and it's like a detour, I'm automatically like, oh shit, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, it's crazy. It's really, really crazy, and it's really, really frustrating. But again, like I said, I didn't start dealing with it again majorly until my wedding. And since then, that first year after my wedding, I made sure that I was going to therapy. I was taking my medication. I was doing everything my therapist was telling me to do. And, you know, things were much, much better for me. And it wasn't until I moved back to Sacramento that I really started slacking on my self-care and making sure that I was keeping myself in a good space. Just like anything, you know, you get caught up in life and the hustle and bustle, and you lose sight of, you know, self. Like, you kind of put those things on the back burner, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna get to it, oh yeah, I'm gonna start doing that, and you just kind of procrastinate until you look up and realize, like, oh damn, I'm on E, you know. But at this point, it's kind of like, you thinking back, like, dang, why was that, what I've been doing, you know what I'm saying? My issue was, once I moved, I kept saying, oh, you know, I'm gonna get a referral, you know, to somebody here in the Sacramento area, and I kept procrastinating and putting that off, and kind of, you know, getting caught up in life. Like, I was commuting for work from Sacramento to the Bay Area, so that took a lot of my time. I was up 5 o'clock in the morning and not getting home until 7:30. So I kind of just felt like, you know, I ain't got time. When am I gonna go? When am I gonna go to the doctor? When am I gonna go? You know what I mean? So I kind of just put it on the back burner, because I felt like, you know, I'm cool, I'm making it, I know what I need to do to make it. And at this point, well, let me explain what I mean when I say at this point. At this point is me dealing with anxiety every single day, from the moment that I wake up and leave my house, and from the moment that I walk back through the door. That is a lot to deal with on the daily. So a typical day for me looks like, I get up in the morning, the first thing I'm thinking in my mind is, okay, how we feeling today? I start doing an inventory of, okay, what's that? Your pinky toe is tingling. I don't know, girl. You might want to stay home. It ain't looking good. Like, I'm automatically taking inventory of how I feel, which that's an absolute negative no to be doing, because you're already kind of talking yourself into, this ain't gonna be a good day. As soon as I get in the car, I'm kind of like, let me pop some medication. I ain't got time. I haven't been taking my medication, but I have my emergency medication. So that's and I keep that on me, and I do take that from time to time. But at this point, I'm taking it every day, all day. So it's kind of like, okay, girl, this ain't gonna work. But yeah, so I already popped some medication on my drive to work. I talked to my mom, talked to my sister, you know what I'm saying, my support system, you know what I mean? We chop it up on the way to work, and then I'm cool. Then I get to work. Okay, how you feeling? You made it. You're going to be fine. You know what I mean? I'm constantly trying to talk myself down, because my thoughts are racing on their own of saying, you don't feel good. This ain't right. This is different. You don't like this. You don't want to do that. Don't go there. Don't look up. Don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, my thoughts are racing. I'm constantly talking myself out of, ain't nothing wrong with you. Sit your ass down at your desk and do your work. You know what I'm saying? So, when your mind gets to that point to where it's racing, and you're constantly have to check your thoughts and stop those thoughts from racing, that's mentally exhausting. Not to mention, I got to deal with people. I got to do my job still. And honestly, this has made me so much more understanding of people in the workplace. I don't take anything personally at work because you don't know what people is going through. You know what I'm saying? There's times that I could be really reserved and really quiet, and that's because I'm just trying to make it. You know what I'm saying? Some people might take that personally. You know what I mean? Other people, they might, lash out or have a bad attitude because of, the anxious feelings that they have. So you never know what people is going through. That's one thing I will say. But dealing with life, and then also dealing with trying to keep my thoughts in check and trying to keep myself, from going into a complete panic, that's hard. You know what I'm saying? You be tired mentally, physically, because I don't know if anybody has ever, like, if you're watching this and you have dealt with the panic attack, the adrenaline rush is real. You know what I mean? I mean, everybody's had an adrenaline rush. Everybody's had a time where, I don't care what it was, if you got chased by a dog and that adrenaline kick in and you running like you never ran before. That's literally the feeling, that's the adrenaline that you get during a panic attack. So when that comes down and that adrenaline rush is over, your body physically is tired because even though you didn't run, your body pretty much just went through the motions of, you know what I mean? So physically it's tiring, mentally it's tiring, and I'm back to the point where I'm dealing with this every day. It's not one of those things that just kind of comes and then passes. It's all the whole day. When you deal with that on a daily basis, it can be very draining. And that is why I say I am on E, because I'm tired, dog. Basically, today I got to work and I was ready to run out the building and go back home. And I was like, look, I cannot do this. I got to work. I got to live. I have a life to live. I have shit to do, places to go, people to see, money to make. Like, I don't have time for this. So I called my doctor and I set up an appointment for Wednesday at 10:45. It is Monday, so Wednesday 10:45 I have a phone appointment. I'm gonna do that on Wednesday, and then I'm gonna get the referral so that I can we'll get the appointment so that I can see a therapist and sit down and talk and get back into the things that I need to be doing daily to decrease my stress and get back into my self-care. And I loved having a therapist. I really, really recommend it for anybody. I don't care if you don't have anxiety or you don't feel like you need. Trust me, you will benefit from talking to a therapist. There's things that we need to heal from that we don't even know. So definitely recommend that, especially for my Black and brown people. We deal with trauma on the daily with just what we see on social media of what's happening to other people that look like us. So I recommend it for everyone. I can't stress that anymore. Even though I have been catting off and not doing what I'm supposed to do, I still recommend and stand by. And I have still been recommending and sending and telling people to go to therapy that have been going while I'm sitting here not doing what I'm supposed to do. So, like I said, I want to document my journey and what I'm going through, how I cope, and how I make it through the daily. You know what I'm saying? So, if you guys are interested in these videos, I know there's a couple. I don't care if it's only 2 people that I know that want to see these videos. I'm gonna do it because it's necessary. It's very, very necessary, especially in the Black and brown community. So if you guys want to see more of these videos and y'all want to keep track of my updates, make sure that you first of all like this video, comment down below, subscribe, and then also hit the bell notification so that you can be notified when I post videos. Also, I do really want people to comment down below and let me know how you deal with anxiety and panic, if you deal with it. Please let me know. I really, really, really would love to see what you guys have to say. It's very refreshing to know that you are not alone. And yeah, let's get talking about this. Let's get working and healing and dealing with this. What else? Don't judge the fact that I ain't got no makeup on and my hair is looking pretty raggedy. But yeah, share this video, comment down below, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I will see you guys in the next video.